Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Top Tier Talk. This week we are starting with a mere. It's never a boring week to be a Chelsea fan. 3-2 victory against Newcastle and a 4-2, albeit squeaky win against Leicester. Take it away.
Yeah, so Monday night game we had Newcastle. First of all, I'd like to say both games, Cole Palmer obviously had a role to play in both, goal and assist in both. I mean, I want to ask from you guys, do you guys still think he's a pen merchant or do you think he's class? And
He's a good player.
could be in the team of the season come end of it if he carries on with this form, which I think he probably will be. What do you guys think? Will Cole Palmer be in team of the season? Premier League?
Maybe.
Like could get injured tomorrow, mate. Could go for a run and
Yeah,
just fall
maybe.
over. We don't know.
No,
Or
but I think he's done
we get a
enough. I
crystal
mean,
ball out.
his numbers are better than even Jude Bellingham now. We're obviously getting
Is he better than him?
I don't
Oh,
think he's
wow.
better, but his numbers are better, which is
Ah,
obviously
wait,
proving.
No. Is he better than him?
I just said he's not better than him, but
Okay,
his
good.
numbers are proving something, aren't they?
Why are you comparing two players in different positions?
It doesn't matter. They're
It's a Chelsea fan, isn't
they're
it?
two young English players, and that's what you compare against.
Do you
But
think he
yeah,
should be in the England squad, man?
huh?
Do you think he should be in the England squad?
He is in the England squad. Yeah, deserved, definitely.
In the Euros.
Yeah, why not? Why? Who would you say? Do you think Rashford has more of a claim?
Well, Rashford's already in it.
But does he have more of a claim? Do you think? And it doesn't matter if he's in it.
Yeah, just
Maybe
for the
because he has
moment.
the international experience.
We've got two Chavezes. Let's carry on. Newcastle. Couple of issues with the game. I'd say Sterling. Both games we're going to talk about should have passed. We should have buried the game in the first half. When they came back into Isaac's goal, what a finish! But again, us not being able to clear our lines, we've got a big issue in defence and something that 100% needs to be addressed. And Mudryk as well in the middle. I can see him, and I saw it more in the Leicester game. He's been playing in the middle and drifting out wide. In the middle is he's really effective because obviously with his pace and skill, he's more direct. I like him in the middle, and that solo goal against Newcastle, icing on the cake. But let's get on to the Leicester game because I think that's the bigger game, and obviously we're through
How
to
was
win.
it?
Great
I remember
game.
you went there live, weren't you?
Yeah, so first half we should have buried him 4-5-0, but obviously Raheem Sterling decided he didn't want to score the penalty, missing one-on-ones. Probably had one of them. Dan remembers the Bakayoko games. So
One of
that
the
was
stinkers.
Sterling's game, the most stinkiest game. He got booed off. I didn't boo him,
Well,
but
he got a brilliant assist though.
it did it. Do
I
you know
saw
what?
his free
It
kick.
it made up for the penalty miss because he took it from Palmer basically and then gave him a goal.
I saw his free kick as well. That was
Free
a
kick,
shocking free kick. Yeah.
poor decision making, and he's meant to be our most experienced and most decorated player in the Premier League, and it's absolutely awful to see. He got booed off. I can see why fans booed him, but obviously I don't boo my own. Poch got a lot as well from the crowd as well. He's saying, "Don't know what you're doing," etc. Because Mudryk came off first ahead of Sterling, and I thought Mudryk deserved to stay on longer. But into the game now, Cole Palmer again assist for the 3-2, and obviously Noni Madueke's brilliant solo goal. I think Chavez, you saw that, didn't you? We've got
Yeah.
quality in the side, but I kind of want to talk about the issues, the sassy back pass, which some people are blaming Sanchez for being in that position, like the wrong position. But I always thought goalies should be outside of their goal when pass backs are come, just in case.
Yeah,
That's not Sanchez's fault.
it's
Not
usually to the
Sanchez's
side.
fault, so
Yeah, that's
yeah,
why
I thought his positioning was. I think it was the pass that was absolutely, and he was under a tiny bit of pressure, but it doesn't justify over hitting it. And
Goalkeeper shouldn't be prepared for a 40-yard own goal.
it was
Like,
more of a shot, exactly. Exactly. So
brilliant finich.
it was a great finish.
it was good finish. Yeah.
And obviously they came back into the game. I can't remember the number 10, but his goal was
Mavadidi.
a great solo
Mhm.
goal. I was thinking, here we go again. If they win it 3-2, we're done out. But the red card to them helped, and obviously Chukwuemeka coming on, who we haven't seen much of because of his
Step.
injury. But he's another young player with quality scoring
Right,
the free.
can I pause you in there? Obviously, you touched on obviously the you don't know what you're doing chance and Mudryk coming off. I found it quite funny that obviously Chukwuemeka replaced Mudryk, obviously after getting Poch getting booed
There
and
we
stuff,
go, yeah.
and he obviously Madueke's you've got to call it a wonder goal really in what the 96th minute or whatever it was, but essentially Chukwuemeka scored the winning goal, didn't it?
Yeah, but
Really,
at the
and
time,
after.
you're right. But at the time, the whole stadium was on the Sterling's case because he made a lot of mistakes. He's having a stinky show, and to be honest with you, at the time, you can see he did not have a right to stay on the pitch. And Mudryk, who'd been working his socks off, did have a right. So I get it from there. And obviously, it paid off at the end. And we got lucky with their red card as well and stuff. But yeah, and obviously another player I want to. There's a couple more players I actually want to give a shout out to. Jackson. Jackson's been very good in the last couple of games. He assisted Cucurella's goal. He scored. He's a player that like slowly and slowly, I think people are starting to like more. He's becoming a little bit of a fan favorite. Like he's still a donkey, but it's like a donkey you love, isn't it? It's like that.
A workhorse, not a donkey anymore.
Exactly, and he does work hard for the team. And finally, I just want to say Malagusto as well has been very solid right back replacement for Reece James, and I think we got a bargain in him. And he's only 20 years old, so he can only get better.
That
So
touch from Jackson for the red card, obviously,
yeah,
to go for on goal. That was a brilliant touch. Had he not have obviously been caught, he would. You'd like to think he would have scored. Most strikers in that. You just don't know, but you'd like to think.
He's a bit like Nunes, isn't he? He misses a lot, but we love Nunes. He's another donkey. We love donkeys, don't we?
Don't call my donkey, my Starboy
Don't call
donkey.
Nunes a donkey.
He is a donkey. He is a donkey. He misses a
He's
lot,
not.
100%. And I think in some respects, Jackson's like that. But we're through to another semi-final. We've got Man City.
Good luck.
Thank you. We're gonna need it, but I don't think we're completely out of it. Obviously, we won't be favourites, but I think there is a small chance we have pushed them in the league. So you never know, do you? And
drew twice this year, didn't you? Was it?
United's got the easiest path to the final.
They do, and to be fair, when we got to the final of the Carabao Cup, we had Middlesbrough and stuff. This is a test, and if we pass this, it means we kind of got a right to be in the final. If we're beating,
Agreed. Yeah,
one
agreed.
of
Yeah.
them. So,
It doesn't matter if United beat Coventry; they've got a right to be in the final. It's just doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but
Who
with
you,
them, with the,
it doesn't
Guy
matter
like
who you beat to
say
get
what I
there.
say and say the reverse.
no, but Dan, they'll have a big boost in confidence if they can
Oh
beat
yeah,
City.
I understand the boost in confidence. Yeah, but in terms of right to be there, same as we say in the
We're
league.
not right. If you beat probably the favourites of the tournament, you have a right to be there. You do.
Yeah, but even if United beat Coventry, they've got a right to be there because they're still there. Same as when Arsenal fans moaned about finishing
Well, I guess
eighth or
I
whatever
think
it was.
Liverpool. I think United being Liverpool gave them more of a right to be closer to the
Yeah.
final.
Right
I think
to
we've
be in
done
the
our
semi.
job to get to the final.
Exactly. That's probably their job, but they just had it around before. They got kind of a bye now, but it's like the opposite way for us now because we've got the the big side now, don't we? Because we had the championships at the round before. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. I think I covered everything. Watch out
Nice.
still.
Watch out
Definitely.
still.
Yeah,
Is it?
100%.
What if he wins you an FA Cup?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He's had enough.
Yeah, man.
There's always one manages out, even if he wins you an FA Cup in the circumstances. That's pretty good.
Is it though?
Arteta
Think
won
so.
an FA Cup. They stuck by
Well,
him.
then we
and-
should have had 2 trophies because I think the Carabao Cup's going to be in people's minds for a very long time.
Is
Yeah, but
Ten Hag staying because he won you the Carabao last year, Chavez?
It probably helped him.
yeah, it
Oh,
helps.
it
Yeah, it
helps.
helps you stay in the job.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it? Well, we're on to United now, I suppose.
Going on to Arsenal, it kind of brought Arteta a lot of time, I think. It's a promise, isn't it? So, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
I was going to say
do
move,
Arsenal now.
move on to
Do Arsenal.
United with we'll do Arsenal. Okay, all right, we'll do
Let's
Arsenal.
be Arsenal.
Leave the best to us.
Why are we
Well,
doing United to last?
United, yeah, exactly.
Right, victory against Portland in the Champions League. Those two before we started recording said you celebrated it like you won the whole thing. They're both out of Europe. One of them didn't even qualify. I'm not going to say anything because I'm a Watford fan. But Elliot,
Thank you,
take it
Daniel.
away.
Yep, that's exactly correct, Daniel. Thank you very much for repeating that to these two scrubs. Let's get into it. 1-0 against Porto. A very good game, in my opinion. I think for Porto, a very kind of gimpy kind of squad. They'll go down over everything, and I think the referee was kind of making sure nothing was given over anything. You see all the Porto players fall down, and the ref was just saying, get up, love it." And most fouls was like anything you kind of see in the Premier League. He really wasn't given. It was kind of if it was a foul, and you could tell, he'll give it. So kudos to the ref. I thought he had a great performance. And yeah, we won. We got the job done. 1-0, and then took it to extra time. I thought we could have banged in the extra time, but we didn't. But we got the job done in penalties. Kudos to David Raya and every single one who steps up to the penalty. We were the first team to hit penalties since, what was it, the Champions League Atletico Real Madrid, where Cristiano scored in 2018, wasn't it? That was the first time penalties occurred in the Champions League. In knockouts, of course.
And then there was a one on the day after, wasn't there?
Exactly, in Atletico, yeah, Inter. So, but yeah, look, I can't fault what happened against Porto. Porto are a good side. People keep saying, "Oh, it's only Porto. It's only this. You only won through penalties." But you're actually mistaken. Porto are a very, very good side. They're challenging for. You can say what you want about the Portuguese league, but they're challenging for their title as well. And they've got a built squad. You know, Pepe, 41 years old, and he kind of nearly pocketed half of our attack. Like he was an absolute rock against us. He commanded the back line very well. He knew what to do. It was just we got a fortunate beast of a number 10, which is Odegaard, who played a fantastic ball into Trossard, and he scored. You know, but as I say, like we were calm and collected throughout the entire game. There was kind of no real person, in my opinion, who kind of was a bit off. I was a bit kind of wary about why Arteta brought Nketiah on. Who am I though? But
Never in
but yeah,
doubt.
as I say, I think to be fair, I just want to shout out as well to Kivior. Kivior's having a fantastic game at left back. You know, he's transitioned there very well. I think every single game he's appeared at left back at the moment, he's had at least an 8 out of a 10 performance. He's been quality for us at left back. Ben White at right back, you can say what you want about his announcement video to 2028, but screw you.
How did you feel about it though, as an Arsenal fan? Were you moved? Were you touched, or was it a bit
Like,
cringy?
did it bring you like a tear to the eye? Was it an
It did. Do
emotional
you know what? I
moment?
was crying. I was tempted to send him a message saying, "Appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much for staying." Do you know, because it touched me that much. I don't know why any other club doesn't get it. It's interactive with the fans. What is it? Just a boring other poster just saying he signed. Other than that, like it just gets the fans going. Why not?
It's stage though, isn't it? It's not like every
It's
time. Like,
interaction. I don't know why you're upset about it though. I
I'm
don't know why
upset.
you're
I
getting
just
so
find
much
it
Also,
tearful.
strange,
Can
You're
man.
having
I
so many
can I
tears about
jump
it.
in with a point?
Go on.
I think they timed it with the England squad announcement as well, which I'm pretty sure it was the same day. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, it
But
was.
obviously, with him being left out, obviously I saw a lot of tweets about it. But
I'm
What
pretty
do you
happy.
think about that, by the way? Him being
I'm
left
happy
out? Was
about
that
that.
out
If
of
I'm
his
honest.
choice?
it was a Southgate, and apparently I don't know, a Man City player thing during Qatar. Obviously, if you get
No,
like
I'm
if
pretty
you're
happy he's
looking,
done it. To be fair.
What do you mean, Man City player?
apparently
Well,
there
Yeah.
was
Come on.
between him and an unnamed Man City player. I saw that on Twitter, but I don't know how obviously true that is.
Unnamed
But
English Rico Lewis. Is he in the squad?
I don't
No,
know.
he's not as good.
No, but
Maybe
Dan,
not.
so Southgate said he doesn't want to be in it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Whether it was him not getting game time, because if you, for example, take it back to
I,
Theo Walcott going over with England and not getting game time, it kind of hampered him. Whereas you look at the same thing with Ben White, obviously he's at a big club. Obviously, he's going to want to get game time and obviously playing for your country at the World Cup. Obviously, at the minute, England are favourites or some sort of ahead favourites going into tournaments. He's going with the squad and not playing. So
I think
the
that's
thing is as
BS.
well,
how
Dan.
big?
I think that's
The thing.
absolute BS mentality.
No,
Oh,
Even the
100%.
squad players, every man in that 23 squad will have a role to play. It might not be as great a role as the starting 11,
It
but
might not even be in the starting 11, might just be in training, pushing the other
training,
players to
but
play
they're
even
in that
better.
for a reason.
Yeah,
There's a chance of
100%.
winning a
I
trophy.
don't understand. I agree with it. I think that
I
would
see.
be.
I see both
think
sides
it's
of it.
disgraceful.
I
I find
understand
it
both sides.
disgraceful. What do you mean not getting
Nah.
game time? Was he sulking for? Like,
Yeah, exactly. I
oh,
understand being selfish. Sometimes you want to take after your own personal gain, and that sometimes isn't going with the England squad. I understand it. You can call it what you want. He's
I don't
wanting
like
to
that.
better himself
I
at
don't like
Arsenal while taking a break and preparing for the Man City game instead of saying
that. What if
instead.
he's
Because let's
pushing
say,
for
for
training?
example, okay, right back.
The
Yeah,
starting 11.
you've got Cole Walker, you've got Trent, and you've got Trippier. Yeah, Trent's out at the moment, but you still got
And Reece
Trent, and then you still
James.
got Trippier and Reece
Reece James
James.
is out as well, but he would
All
have
of you, in my opinion,
have
I'd start him. But for all of you lot, you'd say all of them start ahead of Ben White.
Yeah, because they are better
But
right
he,
backs.
but he
Well, then,
won't
so
get it
what's
at
the point
centre
in him
back
going?
either. He won't get it
Exactly.
at
So what's the
centre back
point?
either.
What's the point in him going?
No, but
I
what's the
understand his personal
entitlement to what's the
selfishness.
entitlement? That's the
Yeah,
entitlement.
why he could provide another option in the three in the
Nah,
back. He's a
I
I
think
understand. I understand
I
part
when
of
don't
it.
understand this. I think it's
If he's
absolutely.
unhappy there as well, what's the point? You're
when
just pissing
Southgate
yourself off by
leaves
saying, "Oh,
after this
look at me, I'm in the
tournament,
English squad."
hopefully when Southgate leaves after 24, unless we win it, of course, then
When-
give him
when
whatever the
England
fuck he
did-
wants. And we get a new manager in, come 26, Ben White will probably sit back in the England squad. Because
Yeah.
Walker's
No,
going to have to
but
retire at
Who
some
cares?
point.
He's not that good, Dan. He's
No,
not
I'm
that
just
good to
no,
like.
but I'm saying he won't, like same as Ivan Toney. Well, I was obviously saying all the time that I don't think he'd play for England for a while, and obviously he's back in the next squad that he's available. Like,
Dan, I don't think I don't think anyone likes him in that dressing room in England. I think he's a dislikable guy. I'm not even
Who?
joking. I
Which
think
one?
that's genuinely the reason. Ben White. Yeah.
Oh, Ben White. I
And
dunno.
that's why Arsenal compensating with that
We'll
video.
never know. We're making assumptions here. To be fair, we'll never know. We'll never know the true
there's a-
reason.
I
People are
think- I
saying it's
think
the
it's
assistant manager
disgraceful. I
who's
think
like
it's
giving out
disgraceful.
too
When it
many
comes to the
bad
club-
training exercises. People are saying it's Southgate
Really?
not picking it. People are saying it's dressing room people. It could be anything. We don't know. We're never gonna know unless you go up to Ben White himself and grip
Dude,
by the fucking
dude.
thing and say, "What the fuck happened?"
Jude Bellingham,
I mean-
Harry Kane, if you're watching this, let us know. Message on Instagram or something, I'm guessing.
Yeah. That's
I
I
suppose-
do want to ask
There you go,
you.
mate.
You've got Bayern Munich next round.
Yes.
How do you feel about that draw? And obviously, your pathway. You've got Real or Man City
Yep.
afterwards. Do you think? What's your thoughts on this, basically, man?
Yeah, it's
You've
typical.
got the harder end of the
We
draw.
got a
haven't you?
we got a very hard draw. Bayern Munich, I know, easy walkabout in the park. In my opinion, though, I think the whole kind of aspect of no Bayern Munich fans allowed at the Emirates on the first home leg is a very big advantage. I think 60,000 Arsenal fans rooting for the entire team and backing the boys and booing the Bayern Munich team could have severe impact. And I think you know, if we get a 2 or 3 goal advantage at the home leg, if we get two, that's what I'm saying. Hear me out. Hypothetical. If we get a 2 or 3 goal advantage, when we go away, we've got to park the fucking nastiest bus in the world. I'm talking about like 6 at the back. I'm talking Partey, Jorginho, Declan Rice, and having maybe Havertz up top, and that's it.
It was a Porto
I'm
Jose
saying,
Mourinho bus, doesn't he?
I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. 'Cause
Proper bus.
that
just to
Allianz
get through
Arena
and then
is
face one of the two greatest
ridiculous.
teams.
Yeah, that Allianz is ridiculous to go to. My God, any team fears that stadium. It's a ridiculously like overpowering kind of atmosphere from the Bayern fans. So this is what I'm saying. We need to take full advantage of the home side of things.
I
I
think
think personally, I think you'll lose. I feel like it's not because of I'm not doing it because we're rivals, but Bayern Munich is a club that has experience in the Champions League. I think
It's all to play for, in my opinion. I
I
think
don't
both
know,
teams
I
have a
think
good
the
chance.
defense is definitely a bit more shakier than yours. You've definitely got a better defense, but sometimes league form does not like translate to Champions League, does
Yeah.
it? So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
agreed.
why
they
it's
were
the
also
same.
lucky to get. I say lucky. They obviously won 3-1 in the end, but Lazio were leading in the first leg, weren't they?
That's what I'm saying. You need a
Yeah,
2 or
but
3 goal lead.
that's the
There's
that's the
a two-leg
Champions League.
game,
Arsenal
isn't
were
it?
losing as well, Dan, to Porto.
No, yeah, I know, but obviously, I don't know, I presume
Thing
Arsenal
is,
would put up more of a
Thing
fight.
is, this is gonna be the. To be fair, I know that you're not an agenda. I mean, I know you're being reasonable. Bayern Munich are probably gonna be like scoring maybe a few against us. We must score a few against them. Who knows? But it's funny because obviously you look on Twitter, you look anywhere. There's always gonna be an agenda. Let's say like this round, the quarterfinals. There's people saying Arsenal's gonna lose to Bayern. Let's say the unthinkable happens and we win. Whoever we get in the next round, they're going to be like Arsenal's going to lose. And if we win again, and people can say Arsenal's going to lose the final. There's no such kind
You'll
of
be
like.
favourites though. I think if you get through the quarters and somehow the semis, you'll be favourites to win it. You will be.
Yeah, but you have to
That's the
get through
kind
that.
of it's just
Yeah, we have to slug through the trenches in order to
you
get
never
there.
know, man. It's 2 legs, isn't it? You actually never know.
Exactly.
Bef-
I'm
before we,
confident. From what we're doing at the moment. I'm confident.
I was going to say before we move on, I suppose there are obviously 3 other games. So quickly, we'll just go, I suppose, round us and do a predictions type of thing as a collective. So
Okay.
obviously, Arsenal Bayern. Obviously, I'm guessing
Bayern.
Elliot saying Arsenal. We're going to go through.
2-0 Arsenal.
Don't even give us a score. Just say the club.
I think
Bayern.
Bayern.
Yeah, just through the legs.
Well, Bayern again at home. Like,
No,
for us.
just
No,
Bayern.
just
Bayern
who's
will
gonna
go through.
progress? Who's gonna
Oh,
progress?
is in the Arsenal.
Bayern.
I've got a feeling it's going to be Arsenal.
Arsenal.
You're an Arsenal
Yeah, but
fan.
you love Arsenal.
You're an Arsenal fan. It's coming
No,
out.
I do think,
That's
as Elliot
me.
said, I do think, as Elliot said, the
home crowd.
the home leg might
Guys,
play.
before we
might play.
do go on, I know it's a bit of time away. Should we do a little quick Arsenal Bayern combined 11? I think that could be quite interesting.
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. You mentioned it, so we might as well do it.
Goalkeeper. Is it
Neuer.
Neuer?
Yeah.
Neuer?
Yeah.
Right back.
Ben White.
Is it Benjamin White?
Yeah,
I was thinking that.
It's
one
no,
against
it's not.
football.
It's not anyone else. It's not
What
that
is that,
Mazarawi, whatever his name
That's
is.
Raul on it. Okay, we'll give it Ben White, sure. Centre backs.
Saliba and Gabriel.
Stick
No,
Eric Dyer in there.
no Upamecano.
Nah.
Nah, yeah, no.
Saliba and Gabriel.
Saliba and Gabriel. Yeah.
Left back, I think, is Alfonso Davies.
Alfonso Davies.
Yeah.
Yep, without doubt.
In the DM role, are we going Kimmich?
Yeah, it depends
I'm
on what
happy
you
either way. I'm happy either way.
Kimmich and Rice.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Kimmich and Rice. Kimmich and Rice. Yeah, yeah. And then
Okay,
Odegaard
do
in
that.
front.
And then
No,
And
I
then
put Musiala.
Odegaard.
No, he goes on the left,
Musiala.
Musiala.
Musiala on the left,
No.
Odegaard in the
Yeah.
middle, Saka on the right, and Kane up top.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Wait, so
No, because
So
I want Gnabry. I want Gnabry in this team. I'm going to be voting.
You're not
for him
getting
outside.
Gnabry in this team, unfortunately.
no Leroy Sané.
Nah.
No,
not
Sane's
over
not scored
Saka.
for like
No,
10
he's not
years.
getting
Not
that
over Saka.
Matic
No, this is how it goes. The number 10 is Odegaard. We've got Musiala on the left, Saka on the right, Kane up top. End of story.
Yeah.
No, but it should be
Not bad.
Gnabry on the left, Saka on the right, and Kane up top with Musiala at the cam. Me, I think you'd agree with that.
No, I like Odegaard. I think
Yeah.
Odegaard's been class. I'd actually.
She's pushing an agenda that doesn't exist.
That's what I thought she means. Get back in
He
that
knows
corner. Can we all look, what about you, Dan? We haven't said what about you as well, though. You happy with what I said?
Yeah, but that's
He's
what I
upset
said
there's not
before.
more Arsenal players. He wants
Yeah,
Ryan
Chavez.
in there. He
Away
wants-
you go.
Stick Ramsdale in goal. Ramsdale over Neuer, obviously.
Yeah.
The other
And then
side of your
I'll
team.
take a manager.
And Cringe FC is back this week. Obviously, the video helps and the over celebrations.
Wait, so
around-
hold on. How many did we get? We got Gabriel.
3,
I think it's just
4,
lost.
5,
5,
6.
6.
We got
It's
6, so
right,
we
right,
win.
right.
So you got favourites. There you go.
There you go. They've always been favourites to start the season, if you ask Elliot. On the other side,
No. Third
What's the other
favourites.
draws, Dan?
Third
Should we
favourite,
go about
sorry.
the other draw?
I was going to
Yeah.
say Madrid City. City,
City, I think.
yeah,
Actually, ooh.
That's hard.
yeah.
That is very hard.
For the sake of mankind, I hope Real Madrid win that game. I'll go Real Madrid.
For
I don't want this to happen again. Last year was so depressing.
you, maybe, yeah.
No, I think City still. I think
I
Yes.
don't know. I can't.
because they got Bellingham this year, haven't they?
It's very hard. See,
But UCL or just Rodri in general, he hasn't lost a game in about 14 years, has he? For Man City? So
yeah. I'm hoping. Oh, yeah. I was hoping Rodri could have got banned for our game, but yeah, that is what it is.
What's the other two?
PSG Barca. And,
PSG.
I think
Revenge.
Barca. I think
I'm
Barca.
going Barca, you know.
Yeah.
I was going to say Barca. I was going to say Barca have been a bit funny this season, but PSG tend to stink it out in the Champions League. Just
And
for
I
no apparent
can
reason.
claim the next one, by the way. Atletico.
Atletico Dortmund.
Yeah, Atletico.
Yeah, Simeone ball.
And like, we've got to give them a bit of respect, right?
So that would be.
We've got
So what would we make
Sancho.
of that?
Well, it was a
Yeah.
draw for Arsenal one. It
Give
was
it,
2-2.
give it respect. They've got Sancho, words I never thought I'd hear in the year
Bro,
2024.
he's been decent, man.
No, I appreciate that.
One
He has
game.
been
Dortmund
right.
Dortmund win the UCL.
One
Sancho gets
game.
the
Oh, I hope they
UCL.
That's but moving on to Sancho's parent club, I suppose, Manchester United. I was going to touch on when I was going to move on to you earlier. Was it Ferdinand's tweet and then Carragher's tweet about, obviously, he was talking about sackings and stuff like that. Obviously, he was like, calm down. Ten Hag's done his job. He's going to be there next year, whether you win it or not. So, thoughts
I
on that?
mean, Carragher just showed himself as so. These Liverpool fans, they show their
He's a
true
fraud,
colours
yeah.
after the game. Jurgen Klopp going attacking some random reporter for being fat, which was just so unnecessary. Like they lose their head. Harvey Elliott's mum, I saw some tweet. I don't know if I don't
That
think
was
that was
years
about
ago.
this
That was
game.
when
To
he
be
broke
fair,
his
that was
leg.
years ago. Yeah, she's a terrible person.
Poor
But
loser.
to be fair, I mean, her son did break his leg. But this is why, like, a lot of these fans, I think football.
I'm actually
I don't
very
know.
happy you won. I'm very
Yeah,
happy you won.
I don't know what as a neutral, without any like hatred, I feel like Man United would have been the team people wanted to support in that game just because we were underdogs maybe, and Liverpool's goals were very lucky. They were deflected goals, and it felt so unfair. But speaking on the game, aside from obviously it's very positive that you can't be happy right now, there were some fundamental problems in that game. The actual footballing side of it happened after the first sort of 25 minutes of passion that overcame Liverpool when Liverpool started getting into their stride. And then you saw the difference between the two clubs in terms of quality. Tactically, way better than us. Personnel, way better. I think the biggest problem now, a lot of you guys now watch United play properly. You saw, I don't know, Dan, you would have also tuned in. The gap between the defense and the midfield when we are in the transition is shocking. It's so apparent. Like it doesn't even take anyone
There
smart
is no
to
defense
realize.
in midfield. There's just nothing.
And
Just a gaping hole.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the problem with that. So the first problem with that is because we don't we have to play a defensive line further back than other big Premier League clubs. Because we don't have the pace to run back, especially when the ball goes over the top. And that comes because Lindelof plays and Martinez doesn't. And he's the one who provides the pace. So I don't want to just put it down to one player, but Martinez not playing is a big thing. Also, not playing with a DM kind of does. Manu is not a DM. As good as Manu plays, he's not actually playing in his position. He's supposed to be an 8, but we're in a position where we have to cover for the DM spot all over again. So it's a bit of this and that. But aside from that, also Liverpool quality. I'm going to praise some Liverpool players. I can't believe I'm doing that. Maybe it's because I'm happy, but Endo is a brilliant signing. I don't know where they found this guy. I don't know where they found him. He's a very good DM, and they really needed that. This is why Liverpool are in the title race, because they needed a DM. They actually got one who's good and he's played. The other players I was really impressed by, Darwin Núñez. I know he's clowned a lot, but every single shot he had in that game was just, it could have been a goal. Onana made some really good saves, but he looked very good to me. Gakpo's a clown. I'm really glad we didn't sign him. And I thought Gakpo. He someone said it. I mean, wasn't it Carragher who said it? I thought it was a football Twitter account. Yeah, he actually that was a perfect tweet. He does play football in slow motion. I don't know what was going on with him. Club substitutions were shocking. I don't know if Salah was sub because he's fasting or because they've had too many games. Salah shouldn't have been off because if he was there towards the end of that, like 15 minutes, we would have lost by like 5 because Salah would have finished the chances. And Robertson being sub was an extremely weird one because I thought he played well.
That 4-2, they should have buried the game there, shouldn't they?
Yeah, there was some weird subs. But I guess they are playing more games, which is where the advantage comes to us. On our part, I mean, I can work through the team for you. Some of these players, they do deserve some praise now because why not? Onana, before this game, 3 man of the matches, 2 good performances, so 5 in a row. These players are playing so well. Diego Dalot is the player of the season for us. I mean, straight up, he is our player of the season. Defensively, offensively, in and out of position. I don't know, Dan, you watched him. he's not even the main character on that team, but when you see him play, he's
Just
just
there.
he's so good. He's genuinely
I
developed
always
so
liked
well.
him.
Yeah, and Mourinho was right. Thank you to Mourinho because he said it. 10 years, this guy's going to be a right back, and no one really saw it because he hadn't developed his body. I don't know. He's a bigger unit now as well. He's just progressed beautifully. And it's his birthday as well, I think today. Aaron
Happy birthday.
Wan-Bissaka, happy birthday. Aaron Wan-Bissaka last played on the 14th of January and just came back and played out of position and pocketed the best right back in the world. I mean, he's done it against left wingers, comes in and just does his job. And by the way, no whining, no social media posts, nothing like that. He just comes in, gets the job done. I absolutely love the guy. Maguire came in. I don't know what Maguire's job in that game was to just cause chaos, but also to be defensively assured. I mean, there was points where Maguire was making runs in behind the Liverpool defense, and it was working. And then he was defending by himself with Bruno with a dead leg. It was great. Kobbie Mainoo. By the way, the thing that people are attacking me for on Kobbie Mainoo, I thought that was a weaker performance, which is such a compliment to him because he plays better. For someone who watches him week in, week out, he can be even better than that. Aside from the couple of little clips he made with the players he beat, like he ran past, he wasn't actually that in the game. But he's outstanding. I mean, you can see football comes effortlessly to him. If there's one player I can bank on reaching it and making it to the top and being in that World 11 multiple times, it's Kobbie Mainoo. I don't put any other player in that category in world
Chavez.
football right now that I could confidently say Mainoo is the one for me. If he doesn't make it, then I don't know anything because who's
I was
going
going
to
to
make
ask you
it?
about that. Are you upset about the fact that Mainoo's not in that England squad?
I don't care. I'm glad he
He's
gets
in
the
the
rest.
unders, is he not?
He's in the. Who cares though? Under 21. He should be in the main England squad. I
I
think
agree with that.
but
Yeah.
I think maybe who knows? It's kind of strange to put a player in randomly right into the squad for the Euros, but he might do that because the way he is, he's just
No,
incredible.
but this was his
we've got-
chance to test him out though in these like friendlies.
We've got another game in a couple of months. In a month, though, we've got like 2 or 3
Oh,
more
Even
games
Jordan
Dan.
before.
Henderson deserved to be in it.
No, that's why. That's my issue, Henderson. My issue isn't Mainoo being in it. It's my issue is Henderson being in it. Like Barkley, there are other players who deserve to be in it more than Henderson. But that was Mainoo. McTominay, I don't know. People are calling it hatred. McTominay is the biggest hater in the world. These performances that he puts in Leeds, Man City, it's just out of pure hate for the other club, and it turns out to be unbelievable. He's a good squad player to have. That's all I can say because that was
he likes him
unbelievable.
now.
I
No,
think
no,
He
he's
was
just
made
Yeah.
McTominay,
is
didn't he?
would you not put like McTominay as your like maybe not player of the season, but if there was like a clutch player of the season,
players player of the
players,
season.
managers player. Give him manager's player.
Yeah, but he puts in too many 1 out of 10s as well. That's his issue. And then the next player, Amad Diallo. Oh, I don't know how you rinsed him because you know that was one of the best cameos I've ever seen. People, because there was so much chaos. What actually happened in that game? I'll tell you. So 3 things Amad did in that game. First one, the Rashford goal. Who won the ball back? Amad. Liverpool had like a 5v2. They were in on goal. Who won the ball back? Amad. For the last goal, the one that Ahmad scored, who won the ball back? Watch all these clips back. It was Ahmad. He won every single
Yeah,
ball
but
back
El
3
was
times.
right though. Low key, he was right. He got the winner, but his awareness, he got another yellow card. He took a shirt off.
What?
Not played the
Every
semi.
player doesn't matter who it was.
How
No,
can
no, no.
mate, you
Mine
can't
weren't about that.
no,
Mine
no,
weren't.
no,
Yeah.
you
Not
can't
stop
question
bro.
3 actions that quite literally could have got us 2 goals and stopped the goal. It's one of the best cameos I've ever seen, and he did the job. Anthony was crying about playing left back, then played it really well. There's a big clip
It's
of
the
as well of
case
him
of
being shoved.
Anthony Praise for the first time
Because
this
Rashford
season.
walked up to him,
Did
didn't he?
he
And, like,
back into the game?
Yeah, he did well. I'll give him his flowers. In big moments, he seems to sometimes come up because he did it against Barca.
is he worth
He was
every
a good
penny
right.
now, Anthony?
No, not even worth 10 million. But do you know what? If he genuinely, I know he cried about being left back, but his future lies at left back. And for a lot of us, it was good to see him there. Rashford kind of paid back for that miss. But you can see with Rashford, Dan, he's a physical beast. He's just the perfect
I like it.
make
Look
of a
at
left
I'm,
wing.
I'm,
But
I'm never
but
gonna
his
comment.
IQ, Dan, no, Dan, it's his IQ. It's such a shame that the IQ has been given to him. Like, it's sad. I wish someone else would have it. Because it's a waste. It's just a waste. The other player, the last player I'm going to talk about is Garnacho. 120 minutes for a 19-year-old, and he ran up and down like there was no tomorrow. He's unbelievable. I don't think Garnacho, and I say, by the way, I'm not too biased. I don't think Garnacho's going to make it. I think he'll be a good Premier League player at best. He's not going to be in the World 11s. He's never going to win the Premier League Player of the Year. He's never going to be Young Player of the Year. He's not going to amount to anything.
Got
And
Martinelli
that's,
to
by the
compete
way,
against.
Well, no, the
people
team
kill.
title, is he?
No, people kill me for that. And a lot of Man
Oh.
United fans say we're going to be so sad when he leaves for Real Madrid. He's not going to play for Real Madrid. I don't think he's that good, but I do think he's a very good player and he's done really well for the ability he has. Lastly, for the final, hopefully we beat Coventry. There's going to be 2 differences when we play Man City this time. Sorry, mate. Last year, Man City, they had Gundogan. He scored that goal at the start, and they had De Gea. Two players that were really important for Man City. This year, they're missing those two players. I think with Onana and the ability to actually
Wow.
play out from the back, we will have a chance this year.
You're so
And
disrespectful, man.
people are so ready to pull out stats for Ten Hag, that 100-year stat about Liverpool. I'll give you one as well. Ten Hag, since he's been at Man United in the Cup, has won 16 matches and lost 2. That's
So,
outstanding.
so just to touch on, obviously, you said you've got a chance against Man City in the final. Is that you say you've got a chance of winning, or is that saying you've got a chance of not being torn apart this time?
No, Dan,
Just
I think
where
we're
are you at?
No,
Score
no, no.
prediction. For that score
I think
prediction.
we're in a flat out score prediction. I think we can beat them this time. I think we'll win. Just because of as long as Martinez plays in that game, because we didn't even have Martinez for the Liverpool game. If we have Martinez, he's key to a lot of things in our club.
He's written off
Because Luke
Chelsea,
Shaw's
by the way.
missing.
Huh?
He's
He's
written
written
off
off
Chelsea as
Chelsea
well.
and Coventry.
No,
And
I
now
can't wait until when we
he's
reach the
mentally
final.
writing off Man City.
Enjoy this cocky ass guy,
No,
bro.
no, this time. Oh wait, that's why you're annoyed. I thought you
Yeah.
were getting annoyed because you were getting annoyed because you're like, we're gonna beat Man City. Like I forgot. No, we are playing like Man City. As far as United fans by default,
I think we're playing Coventry, but like
no, by default, Amir, you can't even like be annoyed. We're preparing for Man City. Obviously, if an absolute shock
No, you're
happens,
doing the thing where he just disregards the other team.
no, Amir, if the
And
impossible
then-
happens, like Coventry beat Wolves, like if something like that happens, then we'll see.
I
you, but
can't
it's-
wait until Coventry beats you.
I'd like to point out as well. I'd like to point out, I'm guessing you three don't know this. You might have seen it on Twitter, but there's no reason for you to know this. The FA Cup final is the day after the playoff final. So if Coventry, I would say by some miracle, but you never know, Man United beat them, they're going to have to rearrange the games, obviously around the UCL final and everything like that, because
The
Coventry can't play
quarterfinals, you know, where Arsenal's going to be.
twice at Wembley in 2 days.
That's cool,
Well,
man.
we will see. I think this is enough. And just one last thing, where this moment ranks, because no one's really talking about it. I think this moment ranks as the best since PSG. Only PSG beat it post Fergie, and this was the second best. Behind that, best moment for me watching Man United.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you beat.
that's
I'm glad you beat
moments,
Liverpool.
bro.
I don't like Liverpool.
Yeah,
fans.
best
What
game
about-
between United and Liverpool for a neutral. I think ever. in
No, it's
history.
not even that as well. I'm pretty happy that you beat them because
That's-
the state of them saying everything owes Klopp like this quadruple. No, you don't. Shut up.
Yeah,
I was,
and this means more. This means more to us.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I suppose.
Skipped.
Just
It was
to
your cup final, wasn't it, man?
I was going to say to round up, I suppose. We'll look back on the FA Cup weekend. So obviously, as you touched on, Coventry getting through to the semis, beating Wolves 3-2, brilliant game. Chelsea beating Leicester 4-2, brilliant game for the neutrals. And yet again, Man United, Liverpool 4-3, brilliant game for the neutrals. Yet the best club in world football in Manchester City and the richest country-owned club in Newcastle produced arguably the worst game this weekend. Would you agree? The 2-0?
I didn't watch it.
Well, no, in terms of watchability. If you look
Wait,
at
who played?
Man
City,
City,
Newcastle.
Man City Newcastle was 2-0.
That's how City's in the semis against
Exactly.
Chelsea.
And you look at the
Yeah, they had us in. I actually
Yeah,
This is
forgot.
what I was going to
forgot.
say. Like, I was just going to just to finish. Recently, Man City Newcastle been a good fixture. There was a 4-3 and a 3-2, but they produced the worst game out of the 4. There was 2 championship sides just chilling in the quarters against Premier League sides, and they put up better fights.
Yes, look, Coventry having the flag high for the championship.
I'm rooting for him. Good luck.
I want a quick question before we leave it. If we don't get round to it, if we don't appear, have we got a prediction for Man City Arsenal? If we don't get round to it,
0-0.
Yeah, 3-0 Arsenal.
1-0 City, mate.
I reckon
3-1.
Yeah,
I think you'll concede 3-1.
I reckon we'll. Yeah, I reckon
This
we'll win.
guy's been smoking something tonight, man. I swear to God.
No, Premier League, yeah, Premier because Arsenal will beat them in the Prem
Something today.
All right.
unless someone gets injured.
I mean,
Well-
so if we win against City, is that we win in the Prem?
Yeah, I think so. I will say you're going to win the Prem if you beat City.
Like-
I always said this. I'm not going to go
There we
against
go.
one.
Well, because we've heard it from Amir. Tune in next week, hopefully to find out. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.